What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. You don't like it, you can have that seatbelt. Alright, so I found out about another unannounced secret Unreal Engine 5 project, or port actually, coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. And this is coming way of Snowden Studios Incorporated. So it says here, it's a NDA project, so it's something that's secretive that they have to sign a contract for to not talk about. It says Switch 2 port for an Unreal Engine 5 game using Lumen and Nanite. So that's a big deal too, because you know a lot of people in the past they were saying, oh, you know, Lumen and Nanite won't run on the Nintendo Switch 2, but yeah, have that seat. Also remember, there's the fact that Unreal Engine is now what? It's Unreal Engine 5.8 or something like that, and that has made Lumen and Nanite, or at least Lumen, easier to run on the Switch 2, and based on this, apparently Nanite as well. So it says Switch 2 port of an Unreal Engine 5 game using both Lumen and Nanite provide tech art support for mesh and lighting optimization. Now, I was wondering, okay, so it's an NDA project, it's a Switch 2 port, meaning it's more than likely a game that is already released. So what game could this be? So it has to be a game that's running on Unreal Engine 4, Unreal Engine 5, and also using both Lumen and Nanite. So I go to Snowden Studios website and look at the projects that they've listed they've worked on, right? So the last 4 projects that they list are Diablo Lord of Hatred, which is interesting because that game, or Diablo game, is rumored to be announced for the Switch 2 very soon. Lord of Hatred, I believe, is that's the upcoming DLC, or the newly released DLC. I don't know if it's out or not, but that's the DLC for the new Diablo game. But this is not referring to that game because the listings for Unreal Engine 5 game, Diablo, does not use Unreal Engine. But then we have Halo Combat Evolved, a game that does run on Unreal Engine 5, a game that does use Lumen and does use Nanite. So when I saw that, I got really excited. But when I looked at what Snowden Studios actually did on Halo Evolved, they were only involved in doing the digital art book. So it says our role was Snowden Studios developed a digital art book app that accompanied the release of Halo Campaign Evolved. This included UX design, UI implementation, app development, content management, and release. So they didn't do a whole lot on this game, right? So while I believe that this game will eventually come to Switch 2, and based on this could be the studio that they pick to help bring this to the Switch 2. But based on what I'm looking at here, I don't think that this particular project that I'm talking about is Halo Campaign Evolved. But what is it? Well, I think it's the title that they actually listed on their website, and this person also listed on the LinkedIn page right below the Switch 2. So Crisol Theater of Idols is a game that Snowden Studios also worked on. It just happens to be an Unreal Engine 5 game. It just happens to be a game using both Nanite and Lumen. And also happens to be a game that its developer said Switch 2 was a target for.
and pretty much confirmed that the only real reason why this game didn't launch on Switch 2 is because pretty much they didn't have the resources and the kits and stuff in time, and this game's been in development since 2020, and they couldn't, it was impossible for them to release it on time. Now, if you go and look at what they did for this game, it says Snowden's development team supported Blumhouse Games in certification and optimization of the Unreal Engine title Crisol Theater of Idols for both Xbox and PlayStation consoles. Post-launch, the team continued to support the game in multiple areas, including DLSS implementation, PC performance updates, major bugs, and Steam Deck compatibility. Yeah, based on what it's saying here, I am for sure that this project is more than likely Crisol Theaters of Idols, because it's checking all the boxes here. The developer has told you that they're interested in the Switch 2 version. It runs all the bells and whistles that's listed here. Unreal Engine 5, Nanite, Lumen, right? They were the ones involved in including DLSS implementation. That right there is a hint that the game is coming to the Switch 2. Now, the DLSS could be for the PC version of the game, but yeah, usually when, at least nowadays, if a game has DLSS implementation, it's more than likely gonna come to the Switch 2. So, I think that this is the game. It reviewed rather well, and it was a pretty budget type priced game. I think it was under $20 or something, like $18 or something. And what's really interesting about this game too is supposedly the studio that made this game either has shut down or is very, very like on the brink of shutting down. So if they haven't shut down, a Switch 2 port of this game doing well could potentially save the studio. But I don't know. There was conflicting reports on whether this studio is closed because supposedly a bunch of the studio got laid off, or if all the studio, I don't know. But yeah, so pretty interesting story there, especially if the game ends up still coming to Switch 2, which it looks like it might. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Game looks pretty interesting. It's very BioShock type vibes. So let me know if you guys have played this game already on other systems, or if you plan to pick this game up on the Nintendo Switch 2 when it looks like it gets inevitably released. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section.